So Charlie and I are pretty excited because we just picked up this 1976 Plymouth Voyager. This is the OG Voyager. You like vans? I like vans. This is right down the street from our house. I drove by this thing for the last 11 years, wondering what the hell was going to happen to it. And then on Sunday, I was having my coffee, surfing the old interweb, and there it popped up on Marketplace. So I bought it. I'm really good for making bad decisions, and this is really not any different than some of the other stuff that we've gotten. That's fine. You excited?
Very.
How?
What?
How excited are you?
Very, very excited.
We'll start back here. Looks like they had a... Charlie already went and cleaned out a lot. This thing was packed full of junk. Looked like they had an animal sleeping back here or something. Believe it or not, this actually does have floors. I can't see anything underneath the van that's alarming. And you know what? The gentleman that we got it from said he was starting it every now and then, up until a couple years ago. So we went over there with some gas and a battery, and believe it or not, it does run. Ish. Just look at it. Just look at all that real estate. So I think we're gonna get the leaf blower. We'll blow all this stuff out, maybe vacuum it, and we're gonna power wash it because this thing's got everything on it. Oh yeah, that's fine. Perfect. That's fine. This thing hasn't been on the road since '93, but like I said, he was starting it up until a couple years ago, and all we did was get the plants out of the door jamb, fill up the air, fill the tires up with air, and I drove it onto the trailer. Leaf blower?
Yeah.
Do it. All right, she's in. It's big. I can barely walk in here, guys. But I just hit enter on a whole bunch of stuff, and it's all trickling in. I got a whole bunch of what's in the box going on here. I'm gonna go through this stuff, compare it to my invoice, and see if I got everything. I probably still have a couple of other things coming. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go through this stuff, and then I guess I'm gonna get started on these brakes. Okay, so I could have purchased new calipers. They are available. I chose to rebuild these ones. If you've ever tried to do Rock Auto core charge and stuff like that, it's just as easy to rebuild them. But I want to get these off, and I want to get them in the sandblaster. Pretty straightforward with these. Just there's a clip, and it goes on like that. 2 bolts, one here, one down there. But yeah, silicone. Also, they've been remanufactured. So yeah, let's get these off and get this sandblaster. Alright, so before I get these in the blaster, I gotta get the pistons out, get the seals off, get that off, get that off. That's always fun. By the way, your brakes are leaking. Just put some silicone on it. It'll be fine. So we'll get these apart. Now I bought pistons and I bought seals. I bought this dust cover. It's just a matter of getting these out. The book tells you to use screwdrivers and pry bars and whatnot, but that might work on stuff that you're just rebuilding that is leaking. But on this stuff that's rusty, I like to do a few things, but we are going to use compressed air on this. So yeah, let's see what we got here. This one says it's been rebuilt. Perfect. Alright, so there's fluid in that one, so that's a plus. Get this one out. Oh yeah. Come on now. Yeah, that's pretty crunchy. Alright, I'll try a pry bar, but I don't think that's going to work. Let's get the bleeder valve out first. I wish I had a better wire brush. Do not use a 12 point. 6. Cool. I have low expectations for this. Very low. I guess I should have maybe not put the bleeder valve on the table. I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to be using a lot of heat on this. Oh yeah. All right. If I can get it to twist, I can get it to come out. Well, that's not working. Nope. Nope. Goes in, so it's got to come out. Oh, it moved. Santa's helper. Oh. All right, cool. So we're just going to keep working that back and forth, and eventually it'll pop out and get fluid all over the place, and I'll be happy after that. That was a twist. Still nothing. There she is, huh? Bada bing. Let's finish the job here. Oh yeah! Okay, they're not that bad inside. They're pretty crusty on the outside. Put them in the blaster. The next time you see them, they will be painted, ready to go, ready to assemble. I'm gonna use this stuff. I've had success with it in the past. You gotta get them painted, let them dry, bake them. 200 for an hour, whatever. I'm gonna follow those steps, and we'll get them back together. Remanufactured by independent rebuilder. That's me. All right, let's get them in the blaster. Out of the oven. I took the liberty of doing the first one. I just wanted to see how much cursing I was gonna do. It wasn't that bad. Hey, take a look. I'm gonna get that out of there. You know, not too bad. You guys, you know what? I've never felt the need to hone these out. You guys tell me what you think. The inside of this looks really good. But yeah, let's get this together. When I know that the service manual, just about every one of them, if not all of them, says, under no circumstances are you to use compressed air to get out the pistons. But I will submit to you that some of those service manuals also tell you to use the pedal and hydraulic pressure to push the piston out. We did not have that luxury here. I've done it many times, and, well, a little bit of finesse and the ability to duck is really all you need. Alright, we got a new piston here too, let's see. The biggest pain in the butt with these is the dust boot. So what we're going to do, I'll clean that off, clean the back side of that off too. You can live there for a minute. You know, they tell you to use there's a special lubricant that you're supposed to use. I use brake fluid. Now, if these were going to sit on the shelf for an extended period of time, I would go and get that lubricant. I don't have it, so I'm just going to use brake fluid. So let's see here. I will do this, and then I'll put a little bit of brake fluid down here. Yeah, getting the dust boots in after you push the pistons in it's just impossible half the time, especially when they have to recess inside here. If the rubber boot sat on the outside, it'd be a different story. So here, hold on. Let's do this. We're gonna try to do this the wrong way the first time. Let's see here. You're gonna get brake fluid all over the place, and that's fine. Just get this down. I want to get this lip. If I put too much brake fluid on it, the boot's gonna fly off. And it could happen. It could happen 5 times before I actually get it to not fly off. Get it down there. I'm gonna get the lip in there as best I can. I got a screwdriver somewhere around here. Just kind of tuck her in. If you guys have a better way to do this, I'm all ears. I like learning, so. Obviously, don't poke a hole in the boot. I think we're in. That's it. Wipe that off. Try not to get brake fluid on the paint. Now, I did bake these at 200. The instructions on that paint said to bake it at 200 for an hour. I did that, but I still don't trust it. So if I get brake fluid on the paint, I suspect that it's going to come off. All right, well, there's that. So now just, I got a hose around here somewhere. I think this goes on like that. Now, I got 2 different size as far as thickness goes. I have 2 different size washers, crush washers. I'm going to put the thicker one on the base. I think I'm going to be doing myself a service if I do that. And now I'm not going to tighten these down all the way. I'm just going to snug them up. I'll snug them up when I get I still got to put brake lines on it. I got to put a master cylinder on it. Still got to do the back brakes. But yeah, pretty straightforward. Again, I'm not going to tighten this one up either. But yeah, what do you think? Not too bad. Cool. Packing bearings. Reminds me of all those years I spent in... And the fronts are done. I know what you're thinking, but I did record it. Both sides. What ended up happening is it was going to make this video way longer than it needed to be. So here's the finished product. If you're new to this old technology, there's just a few things just to keep in mind. I guess number one would be, don't take both sides off at the same time. I do it. I've done a million of these things. But if you're new to this, leave one side together. Do one side at a time. That way you can refer to it as a guide to help you install whatever side you're doing first. They're a mirror image of each other, and that's really it. Another thing is, I see this all the time where I've seen it a bunch of different ways, but the leading shoe is the one with the shorter material on it. Typically, there are some drum brakes, and the material is the same length on both sides. That's not the way it is with this one. A lot of cars, it's not like that. Leading is shorter, trailing is longer. There's also, before you even start any of this stuff, you want to put grease in your backing plate. There's 6 points, 3 on each side, where the shoes sit on the backing plate. Make sure all your springs are seated properly. Make sure everything is going to move freely. There's a star wheel on the bottom here. Don't get them mixed up. An easy way is that the teeth, well, I guess it could be messed up either way, but you want to just make sure that you have your adjusting wheel on the correct side. They do get mixed up. A lot of times there's a R and a L on them. These ones don't have that. And just make sure everything's gonna work proper. Okay, so Project Van Life is well on its way to becoming a reality. All 4 corners are hung. I cannot adjust the back brakes until I loosen up the rest of the parking brake cable assembly. So before I hang the drums or adjust that, I'm going to get the rest of the parking brake assembly taken care of. I do want a parking brake. Run brake lines. I hope that the fuel line's okay, but I still got to drop the tank regardless. I got a fuel pump on the way in. It did drive in. But on the way in, the fuel pump that was in it, because I assume it's because I was powering it with a clickety-clack, that pump exploded and let gasoline all over the floor. What else? I dropped the gas tank, fuel lines. Hopefully the fuel lines are all right. Fuel pump. Rebuild the... it's got a little 2-barrel carburetor on it. I'll rebuild that. Change the oil. I'll go through the cooling system after it runs. Upper control arm on the driver's side is questionable at best. But yeah, like I said, Project Van Life is coming to fruition. I'm going to wrap this one up because I want to get some content out there. But the next time we visit this, I think we're going to do the fuel system. Get the interior. I just want to drive this thing down the road. What my plans are for it, make a suggestion because I have no idea. Camping? Burnouts? I don't know. I don't know if the little 318's got it in it. But it does have a 9 1/4 rear end. So that's cool. I got to go through the transmission. But yeah. Let me know if I'm wasting my time. See you next time. Thanks for watching.